But fence armor is designed to go on new or existing posts. So if you've already done the fence and your customer calls you a few weeks down the road and says, you know what, your fence is getting all chewed up by our weed whacker, you guys can say, I've got a solution, and that would be fence armor. We'll start with the fence, farm fence. I know it's going to be hard for you guys to see this, but we have two. We have it in black, we have it in white. They all start galvanized, and we have them just in gal. The concept is, of course, you put it around the post. This one is for a 3-inch all the way to 4 3/4. And then this one will go from a 5-inch all the way to a 7-inch. So you start your fastener here in the middle, and then this slides behind here, and you find the opposing slots, and then you fasten it in. That's as quick as it gets. And because you can taper it, the posts are tapered, you can put one on the top a little different than the one on the bottom, and you got it covered. So for guys on horse farms, they use these at the bottom, but they also use them at the top. You guys ever heard of horse cribbing? All right, horses love to chew on posts, but they don't like galvanized so much. So you can also use them at the top for horse crib. So on vinyl is always dimensional, 5x5, 4x4, 6x6. The way the product works is if you're doing, for instance, that 3-rail fence down at the end there, you can use two pieces together. We call that full protection. The mailbox post, wherever you're going to get around the whole post. You'll notice one side has a slot, one side has a hole. Now the reason for that is we don't want the fastener to pull, so when you put them on, you'll marry them up here, and when the vinyl expands with the heat, you're not pulling on that fastener. Fence armor is allowing that to happen, or on wood, of course, when it swells with water. We typically place it at the center line of the weed whacker. So you're not putting it down on the floor here. That's not the right way to install fence armor. Because what you're doing is you're telling the guy who's weed whacking to weed whack on the ground. So what you want to do is put it about 1 inch, 1.5 inches, because that'll set it up for a 3-inch or 2.5-inch grass height. And if you put it there, it's kind of like teaching your boys how to pee. You know, you put Cheerios in the toilet bowl. That's how I taught mine. If you put it where it's supposed to be, that's where the guys are going to take their line. So that's the idea behind it. Over this side, it's the ornamental. So we don't want you drilling into iron or into aluminum. You're going to avoid some warranties there. So this is a clip-on addition. So dimple on one side and hole on the other. You got it on there tight? That sounds like it. Now try to pull it apart. Like this.
Yeah. That's not coming off. That's not really good.
So when they clip on there, they're locked on. The only way to get them off really is if you pry them on the side. The demis. The reason for these demis, these are for that privacy fence over there. Well, you'll have it there this afternoon. That bottom rail is too low. So when you put it on, you don't have to interfere with that bottom rail. The other reason it's for is if you want to do a corner. So you put 2 together like that and you have a corner. You put 3 and you have a 3-sided corner. The other place this is handy is on vinyl siding, where you have that vertical beam on the side. They always get chewed up at the bottom. You can use 2 of these on that corner and you're good to go. For guys in the vinyl repair or fence repair business, you know how sometimes the vinyl will have a big crack in here, and it's a big job to pull it out and do it again. So what we do is you put in a 1x2 or you put a 2x2 back in there, and then you stack these. You fasten it in, you put on another one as big as that crack is, and now you can make that crack disappear. And that's a really quick way to not replace, but repair a vinyl post. The other one is to use our 16-inch edition, and of course that'll cover 16 inches on the job. The other thing is you have one side or two side protection. When you do a neighbor friendly fence, you just need to put one of these on. We have a Pro Series which is 6 inches high, and you can put it in 6 inches.
You know, the heartwood of these, if you slice one of these 4x4s, you know, the pressure treating doesn't even go nearly to the middle anymore with the new ACQ. It's fresh, raw wood that's not even treated in the center. And these weed eaters start chewing up on the outside of these, Al. It's just, you're the raw, unprotected wood just immediately, just after, you know, a few years of weed eating. Right. So it's really a needed deal, especially for ACQ, because there's zero treating at the core of a 4x4 post.
That's a good point. And one of the things that happens is we talked about vinyl repair. For wood, obviously this will instantly give you a beautiful curb appeal when you put it on the bottom where all the damage is. But for your value add, seal it first. You seal it, and after you go through all the boards sealing them, then you can put on your fence armor. Now you've got that protected from the damage.